What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? How are you doing this evening? Welcome to another edition of Real Talk for Real Men. I am your host, Lee Black, and I am on the TFG platform of shows. So, in case you don't know, you can find me on YouTube and on Facebook. You can look directly for Real Talk for Real Men, or you can find me under the umbrella of TFG, specifically TFG Uncut or TFG Ratchet. On our show, we have some colorful language, adult conversation, and we always going to keep it real. So welcome. If this is your very first time, come on in. There's an open invitation to sit and be in the show live. We welcome all opinions. We have one principle here at Real Talk. We agree to disagree without being disagreeable, but every opinion is welcome. And those who are here tonight, as if on any show, they're mine and mine alone. So please have a thick skin. Don't take this shit too serious. This is me talking. This is how I get down. I want to bring in one of my guests, one of my favorite guests. This is my brother from Texas. Kenny, what's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's good? What's good, my brother from another mother? How you doing tonight?
Yes, sir. Man, I'm here. It's a Saturday, so I've got a few things going on, but I'm here. So how are you?
I'm good, brother. It's a Saturday. It's a little cloudy and gloomy, so it's kind of one of those evenings where you just want to sit back, chill out, whatever you got, your drink of choice at the house. Sit back. If you like to smoke a cigar, do that, and just kind of kick back and relax.
Absolutely. Full disclosure, I didn't know if I was even going to do the show today. I'm recovering from the flu,
right?
So I'm still getting over cold. It's been a long, brutal week. In fact, my co-host won't be with us tonight. She had some things going on. I told her to take the night off. She owes it to herself to relax. So, Mick Mac, if you're watching, relax, enjoy. We got this.
Yeah, we got it, Miss Tasha. We're going to miss you. I definitely going to miss your pretty face, but we got you this time. We got
you. Baby, relax. We got you. So I'll wait a couple of minutes to see if we get anybody else. Honestly, my brother, if you hadn't popped in, I was going to be prepared to say, hey, that's a good sign, because it is that kind of vibe tonight where, honestly, I could lay back and relax. It's been a brutal work week, getting through working with a cold. And for those of you know, I have an ongoing situation with a neighbor above me. This bitch has been nothing short of spectacular when it comes to the noise. But I'm praying that this is my last weekend with her.
Yeah, it's the end of the month, and she got to go at the beginning of the month, right? Okay.
Supposedly, she's supposed. So even when I got off work yesterday, I was absolutely exhausted from being woke up every single morning, 7:30, stomping. But I tolerated it this particular week because I'm assuming all of the extra noise is that bitch moving. So you nasty, no good bitch. I hope this is your last weekend here, because what I have put up with has been nothing short of spectacular when it comes to, literally, as we doing the show, she's stomping back and forth. This bitch, she don't have feet, she have hooves.
Oh boy, God. My man.
I'm going to try to get through it.
We're going to get through it, brother.
Yes, indeed. And I switched my stations tonight. I felt like sitting at my other station.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say your background looked different. I'm like, where's he at?
I'm on the other side of the room working from my other station. Tonight, I'm sitting here. This is actually where I'm supposed to be broadcasting the show from, but I usually just do it at my workstation. So I'm like, I'm not getting any space out of this little area I carved in, so here I am.
I hear you, brother. It looks good.
You know what? Absolutely. I appreciate you, my brother, and I, again, appreciate you popping in. So we're going to make a show if it's just you and I.
Oh, man, we Capricorns, brother. We know how to make it do what it do. So I know I'm ready. I ain't got nothing to do. I'm cool.
My brother, well, that's why I said we're going to make it happen. We're talking about something Tasha hates. Tonight, we're going to be talking about celebrity hot topics. Tasha hates talking about celebrity news. So being that she's not here, I thought this is the time to squeeze in some celebrity gossip, talk about some things. She hates celebrities. She hates people just about in general,
right.
But she really hates celebrities.
Right.
So we're going to kind of talk about some things. So you know what? Without further ado, Brother Kenny, we're going to get into it. And,
Let's get it.
I've got a couple of sites pulled up. I haven't done a celebrity topic thing in quite a while. So let's see what's out there. And I'm gonna pick a story and share my screen, and then we'll kind of go from there and see what's popping.
You know,
So
I don't really talk about celebrity gossip and all that. I don't. That ain't my thing. But that's what's popping. You go to YouTube and social media, you get all kind of YouTube content creators. That's what they do.
absolutely.
I like
Well,
it.
on that note, I'll even say this. America, to me, right now, the one commodity that we have is fame.
Yeah.
That's literally
Mhm.
driving our culture.
Yep, it is.
We are no longer leaders in education, innovation, invention, any of those things. But one thing we lead the entire world in is fame.
Yep.
That's what drives our culture. When you
And-
turn on the news, if it's not the hodgepodge of the political bullshit in that machine, and because nobody trusts politicians anymore,
right.
you know,
Nope.
and so we don't know what to make of them because their stories change based on the party. You
Right.
know, if literally we went one day from every single day talking about COVID, and all of a sudden it's the election. Then
Yeah.
it's the Ukraine war. So they literally pick and choose what they want to cover. So if you watching mainstream news, they're totally untrustworthy now.
Yeah,
You know,
and most Americans now they trust celebrities more than they do politicians. So
bingo,
they tend to take whatever they say
bingo,
as gospel anyway. So go
absolutely.
figure. That's the America we live in.
That's the America we live in. So with that said, I keep up with celebrities just so that I can honestly be in the know. And I also happen to be an opinionated son of a bitch anyway. So it switches to my nature.
Right.
I watch commercials and I have an opinion.
I know. Yeah, you do, brother. You are very highly opinionated, and
Yes,
that's
I
okay.
do.
I am too. I'm just a little bit more low key with mine. I'm
Gotcha.
not. I'm not. You know how I do. So it is what it is.
Gotcha. I am the black Archie Bunker, no doubt about
Yeah,
it. So
you know what? That is a damn good comparison. And you damn sure do remind me of Archie Bunker. Yeah, the black version. That's
I
what's
am
up.
the black Archie Bunker. I see I
Hi,
got my sister
y'all.
New York joining. What's going on, sis?
What's up? What's up, Kitty?
Hey, what's up, Sherry?
And I do see we got at least Antoine in the house. Welcome, fam. Good to see
What's
you.
up, fam? What's up, Antoine?
Feel
Hi,
free
Antoine.
to comment. So let's jump into our first story. So again, Riri is in the news, of course. Rihanna, who recently wowed the world with her NFL performance, which many are calling the second or third greatest Super Bowl halftime show ever. The viewership was the greatest viewership ever. Am I right?
I definitely can say it grabbed more viewers than the actual Super Bowl.
But I even think they when they did the numbers, hers was probably the most watched Super Bowl
It probably was.
ever.
It probably was, but then too, Black, take this in consideration. You got all the streamings and all that,
Absolutely.
so it's a lot easier for it to be the most watched compared to Michael Jackson and Prince, because you didn't have social media.
And I'm glad you said that, because that very thing is going to come up in another topic I want to talk about later. The fact that the times are different and how we measure success. So I love that you brought that up.
Right.
But with that said, by all accounts, they felt like she slayed. She did a great job. You know, I didn't care for it, but she's in the news. So let me share my screen with you guys, and then we'll talk about, what she's in the news for now. So let me pull up the story first, hopefully, and then I will share my screen with you, and we'll tackle it, and we'll go from there. So let's see hopefully I can make this work. We're gonna see. Again, I normally will be on my other machine, but we'll see if we can make this work.
You got it.
All right. So I guess we'll do my entire screen. Yeah, then hopefully I can change screens. I hope it works that way. All right. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful, beautiful. So did it change to the story about Rihanna?
Yes, it did.
Beautiful. So so I want to see how it works, because I work a little different off the other. So Rihanna's Super Bowl halftime performance reportedly received over 100 FCC complaints for being too sexualized. Now, of course, I'm not going to read the whole story, or whatever. But if you saw the show, there was quite a few times where she grabbed her crotch area, rubbed it. There was a little part at the end where she kind of turned around and spread her cheeks and did a little whatever. That's what you call for dance. But this part says the outlet reports that viewers complained about the star's performance having lyrics and choreography were way too sexualized. And some, according to the outlet, even compared the singer's performance to porn. It was a 13 minutes performance. It received over 100 complaints. And these are just a couple of quotes. I don't care what someone worships, but children shouldn't be exposed to pornography. And as an adult, I don't wish to see it. Where has decency gone? How about respect for others and self? Someone else said this year's halftime show was so indecent, I had to turn off the TV because of the pornographic content. And this is kind of where she was bending over, showing her ass and things like that. It even breaks down where most of the complaints came from. Texas, California, Michigan, Florida, New York, and Virginia, just to name a few. Texas, Cali, Michigan, Florida, New York, and Virginia. I think that's so telling because of the places where it came from.
Well, I wasn't surprised with Texas at all.
I'm very surprised at New York.
I was surprised at
California.
Yeah, very surprised.
I am very surprised at those places, and even Florida. Very surprised at some of those. So, okay, I stopped sharing my screens. So the obvious question is, do you guys feel like her performance was too sexualized and tantamount to pornography?
No.
Hell no.
I didn't really like it like that because I'm used to seeing her, move more and be a little more sexier. So to be honest with you, I'm surprised New York was in there because I expected her to do more than what she did, honestly. And so, to be honest with you, I don't know why they was complaining because to me it was kind of boring.
Okay. What you say, Brother Kenny?
I agree with Sherry. I don't. It's definitely not even that show wasn't soft porn. For somebody to say it's pornography, that wasn't even soft porn. She did a couple of hip thrusts and grabbed her crotch. We saw J-Lo and Shakira when I think they performed the last couple of years Super Bowl. They shaking their hips and all doing all that, the same thing. She was just being stationary, so it was very, very tame. I think that's just some of those people that of the other persuasion just want to have something to complain about. It was nothing about her performance that was pornographic or out of the way or a kid couldn't watch it, in my opinion.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to concur. While I didn't like the performance.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, but
I did not think it was pornographic. You're talking about reality TV shows that air 24/7 where they reveal everything.
Exactly.
They have their bodies and my God, forget about Rihanna actually haven't performed in 6-7 years. So you want to tell me that any of the normal performances that go on So You Think You Can Dance and Who Wants to Be a Star? Are you telling me these performances where they grab, touch themselves, I didn't find anything what she did pornographic. I am very surprised that from some of the states it came from, because I think people are just finding a reason to complain. Like you, sis, it was boring as shit. And I would have been more excited because I was expecting to see her put on a performance. For God's sake, Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B performed Wet Pussy live on national TV.
Yep.
Nothing was said. And this was a performance where they said the lyrics, they bumped and grunted. Hell, the performance started with them in bed. And you're telling me Riri in a puffy coat, looking like a Teletubby, where she kind of grabbed herself a little bit. Michael Jackson made his entire career off grabbing his crotch.
Right.
I'm just saying.
We all on the same page with this one. I just think it's just people want to complain about something. Again, I'm like you guys. I didn't think the show was all that great. I'm not a big Rihanna fan, but I'm not a hater either. I think she's
Correct.
talented. But I think we also I didn't know she was pregnant. So when I saw her come out, and I was like, oh, she pregnant. I said, oh, she ain't gonna be able to do too much. So that was kind of, that kind of changed the way probably she could do her show. But anyway, people just find something to complain about anyway. So whatever.
Absolutely. So let me read a couple of comments. Super fan Miss Toria says, hello, family. How you doing, Miss Toria?
What's up, Miss Toria?
And she says, haters, nothing pornographic about it. That's why she will be singing at the Oscars. Yep, she's been booked for the Oscars.
Okay.
But she made so much money on her business and all her music streaming services, so she gets the last laugh.
True.
She definitely getting the last laugh, no doubt about it.
Right.
Lamb, what's going on, brother? The innovator himself.
What up, Lamb? What's up, brother?
He says, I think she sniffed her fingers one time after touching that cat, but I'm not complaining.
I agree too. Me either.
I'm with you, my brother, right there. And again, I just wish she was sexy enough for that cat to look sexy, but I don't find pregnant women attractive, so I found it kind of disgusting. That's just me. Tori says it was the Beehive that wanted Beyonce to do it. I'm not a Beehiver, but I would have definitely rather have seen.
But the Beehive, she done it before. Beyonce
done it much better.
Yeah, she did her thing though. Yeah.
You have not been watching Real Housewives of Miami, body ass, absolutely. They have not seen Uncle Luke video on MTV. So to your point, Miss Toria, there's been way more suggestive things that have been on TV than us talking about Rihanna's performance, because I agree with you guys 1,000% that this was tantamount to nothing.
Right.
Something
to complain about.
It really was. It really and truly was. Okay, we're gonna move on to our next story, and whenever y'all see me hold my hand up,
I already know who we get ready to talk about. I already know.
I hope y'all know what that means.
I already know.
Again, he made the news, right about now. So yeah, so let's get to it. And it is what it is. But this is my boy. He's also a fellow Capricornian.
Yes, he is.
He's a Capricorn, and in my opinion, one of the greatest to ever do it. He's a legend. I don't care. He's always going to be played. But R. Kelly gets an additional 20 years in prison, but avoids lengthy add-on sentencing. And this is the part that breaks my heart, which I said he'll never get out. Still would be freed until he's at least 80. So in case you didn't know, even though he had already been sentenced in federal court, he still had some other trials going on for child pornography, trafficking and things like that. So what basically happened is he lost those as well, which it was a domino effect. Clearly, if federal court, they convicted him, you already know he's going to get convicted in state court. Ding, 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 ding. Right. And so prosecutors have requested the judge to sentence him to 25 years and have him start serving them only after he completed his earlier sentence. The judge didn't agree. He got 20 years, but he is to serve concurrently. So essentially, instead of piling on, where he's already got 35 years, and if you give him 20 years, he's going to serve both sentences concurrently at the same time. And so it ended up being, I think, additionally like one extra year, basically. And then even his attorney said it's the right outcome. Now, in case you guys don't know, there is an appeal pending as well. His attorneys are still working on appealing the entire sentence. Hopefully they're hoping for something like what happened with Bill Cosby. So anyway,
yeah,
y'all know what I think of R. Kelly's.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you guys, a serious question though. Do you think this is overkill? I really do want to ask that. Do you think this is overkill?
I do. I think they overdid it with him because people done did worse. You understand? I'm not excusing him for what he did, but they didn't have to do him like that. To me, they trying to make sure that he's not out and don't make no more music, because that's how they put a stop to a lot of singers when they, you know what I'm saying? And it's, to me, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say I would agree with Sherry. I think the tragedy in all this is that uh he was a, and I know people may not agree with this, but Robert Sylvester Kelly was a victim too, that nobody saved him. If you don't know, he was sexually molested when he was younger, I believe
Absolutely.
by his sister or a family member. I don't know what, but and that behavior, when you are molested at that age, and then you don't get any help, you tend to eventually probably do the same thing. So this is a tragic. This is a tragic American story of one of the greatest musicians to ever do it, and the justice system made sure that they was gonna they was gonna throw the book at him. They was gonna bring in charges that to me doesn't even fit with what he's really accused of, just to have a big airtight case to make sure they can get him. And there's no winner in this at all. The music industry, we have lost one of the greatest. Again, the music industry has lost a genius. And then on the flip side, I have to say the victims, the young ladies, they'll probably never be the same either. So yeah, it's definitely a sad, tragic story at the end
Yeah.
of the day.
I love everything you just said, my brother. And this is a tragic American story. Number one, I'm gonna say what Sherry said. I'm not excusing his crimes, and I've never done that. But anybody who know how much I love his music, I am able to separate the crime from the talent.
Right.
And I've even jokingly said, Roberts probably should be in jail, for some shit he's done way back. Should have been locked up. R. Kelly, I don't have a problem with R. Kelly. And
Right.
for me, you're not going to, for me, erase his music from the annals of American music, because he is, in fact, one of the greatest artists ever, in my personal opinion. And I believe he was railroaded. And I've always said this. I didn't object to whatever you want to think about him. I object to the way they did it. And there's a double standard. He happened to fall flat within the bullseye of the Me Too campaign. They made him the face of this, because even when they started this, every day for months, they highlighted this. And what truly has hurt me to my heart and disappointed me is my own people. How quickly we are to throw one of our own under the table, but excuse the behavior of others. Right now,
yeah, we good at doing that.
we're very good at that. So I even look at the bigger picture, how we denigrate our own so easily, but don't say anything when the others, are doing the same thing. We're quick to say Whitney Houston, we tarnish her image with she was a lesbian and she did crack, and all that may be true.
Right.
We tear down our entertainers for every little thing. That James Brown, he'll never live down what he went through. But we don't say a word about Elvis Presley. We don't say a word about, some of Jerry Lee Lewis, who married.
I was getting ready to say that Jerry Lee Lewis
John
married.
Wayne, who was a bona fide racist. We don't say anything about that. Right now, there's an active senator who is a prominent member of the House. He literally trafficked young girls, and they decided not to charge him. And just last week, they quietly announced we're not going to charge him. So they snuck it in amidst all of the other shit that's going on. But again, we don't talk about that in my own people. We don't make noise about that. And so I get disappointed with us and how we are so quick to throw each other under the bus, but let others. And in case you don't think that this doesn't happen on just a local level, I can tell you stories of how it happened to me, even as a manager. Long story short, I was a manager of Toys R Us. and I came in and I empowered and elevated all of my black brothers and sisters who had been there for periods and gave them a position, made them supervisors, department heads, managers, or whatever. Do you know who stuck the knife in my back and twisted it the hardest?
Oh, your own people.
I ended up having a lawsuit against Toys R Us. My sister knows this. Do you know it was white people who came and testified on my behalf? What we do as black people, we'll complain the shit out of things. I hate them and they treat us wrong, blah, blah. But when it's time to stand up and speak for one another,
we quiet as a church mouse.
Yeah.
And so on a smaller scale, that's what I hate about my own people, that when you want to throw R. Kelly away, you can have a problem with Robert if you want to, but you want to throw R. Kelly away and all that he's meant to music, and shame on you.
And you bring up a great point, because we will make, it's funny on R. Kelly. I will see, because I still play R. Kelly music. I'm going
every
to
day.
play.
Every day.
But then our own people make you feel some type of way because you still listen to it, that you cool with what he's accused of. No, I'm not. Again, just like you said, I'm listening to R. Kelly. I'm not listening to Robert Kelly. I'm listening to R. Kelly.
I made the point. Yeah. The moment you start going down that slippery slope,
you have to do that for every artist, pretty much.
And I can point to people who have been accused of things. Well, you need to stop watching Good Morning America for some of the things that they've done.
Right.
Tiffany Haddish had a faux pas. She's not being railroaded through the same thing, as R. Kelly. So there's different standards here,
Yeah.
Let me read a couple of comments. Miss Toria says, but guess what? When he wins that appeal in New York City, he will get time served in Chicago. Since he's done almost 4 years, he will be eligible for home detention. I will be sitting front row at his concert. Miss Toria, I truly hope that we all know that if his money was still long, he wouldn't be in jail right now.
Right. He ain't got that long money.
He don't have the long money. So I truly hope what you said is true, because I will be there. And the moment he throws a concert, that's one concert I'm going to. They went after his masters from Sony, and they had to stop him. I have read transcripts, and them chicks were not. I've been saying this all along. He's not being punished because he's currently sleeping with any underage. The women that he was with, this harem he had here in Atlanta, these were 20-something-year-olds who voluntarily was living in an apartment he was paying for with the knowledge of their parents. It's only when the money ran out that now all of a sudden it became an issue. So right. You parents, and I say shame on you the same way that you did Michael Jackson. Long as he was rich and famous and you brought your children to live and play at Neverland, it wasn't a problem. But after this man is dead, you want to shit on his name about what might have happened. What the fuck was you at when all of you servants, even with R. Kelly? If he was such a monster, why isn't his wife locked up? Why isn't his handlers locked up? Why is he the only one that carried the full run of it? We want to talk about even Aaliyah. We know definitively Jay-Z was with her before R. Kelly was.
Yeah.
Before R. Kelly. So when you bring age into it, if it was wrong for R. Kelly, wouldn't it be wrong for Jay-Z? And if you believe for one moment that Justin Timberlake and Justin Bieber haven't fucked young girls, I have a bridge to sell you.
Hello. Well, there we go.
So, all right, let's move on, because I do passionate about R. Kelly.
Oh, I know. You know, we know.
but it relates. Speaking of age differences, right on time. And I asked this question recently. Remember, just on the last show, does age, height, and things like that make a difference? I want to share a story with you guys. I just saw this today, because I want your honest opinion. And sis, you're going to represent the female point of view on this one. Jaylen Brown, Boston Celtics player, superstar. I want to ask a question, because I just saw this today, and it's my first time, because I don't know. It says Cougar Chronicles would it debate 16-year age gap between Jaylen Brown and mouthwatering Mima Bernice Burgos. So now there's a picture of the young lady. She older than his.
She's older.
Ah, so this one is where she's older.
She's older. Yeah, I know. Oh, I know her very well. I follow her Instagram. She's a grandmother. She's older than Jalen Brown.
Which, first of all, let's take a look at her. And Lord, whatever grandmother she is,
yeah, she bad. Yeah, I don't know if you know, but that was the one that people were saying T.I. was creeping with. Okay, you remember? Okay, gotcha.
I know what she is.
Okay.
It says, now I know what you're thinking. Damn, she's fine. Bruh, I would curve the entire Celtics cheerleader squad just to run Bernice's bathwater just once. And this is a better picture of her.
Yeah, that's her. Yeah, I know her very well. Yes, sir. Well, I don't know her very well. I just know her through social media. That's what I meant.
Oh my God. Whew.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the problem clears to be, wait a minute. Ain't Burgers in her 40s? Is Jalen in his 20s? So she's 42 years old and he's 26. So I guess my question is, clearly they're grown.
Right.
Clearly they're grown. So there's nothing illegal going on here. But I do want to ask, I want to start with you, sis. What about when women date men that are much younger, i.e. Jennifer Lopez? What's the other singer who what's the singer, R&B singer, and she had a baby by a 20-something-year-old? I can't think. I can't think of her name right now. Popular singer.
She had a baby by a 20-year-old?
20-year-old man.
Oh, shoot. I had to think about that one.
20-year-old man. You know, not to mention Kardashian. What do you think, Sherry? Do you think there's hypocrisy when the shoe is on the other foot? I can't hear you at all, Sherry.
Yeah, her audio's gone. We can't hear you, Sherry.
I can't hear you, sis. While she's we're waiting to get her. What do you think? You know, about this situation, brother? Do you have a problem with it? And then, do you think there's hypocrisy when it's reversed, when it's a woman?
I don't have a problem with it. I think, you know, especially their age is. I mean, he's of age and she's of age. I mean, she's 42 and he's what, 26. Big deal. So no, I don't have a problem with women dating younger men. It never bothers me. Whatever floats your boat. But on the flip side, definitely there's a double standard. For real, because when men, if it was the shoes reversed, if he was 42 and she was 26, you would have thought the doggone world was coming to an end. What he doing with that young girl? This and that. Oh, he must be robbing a cradle, or he got a mind, he playing mind, he trying to prey. That's what they say about older men with younger women. He's trying to prey upon her. But when older women dating younger men, they don't say that. Oh, she just a cougar. She living her best life. So yeah, it's definitely a double standard.
Okay. Sis, your audio, is it back? We can't hear you. All right. So hopefully we'll get sis audio back. We'll read a couple of comments before she's going to pop back in. Victoria says Jay-Z first, then Robert, then Damon Dash. Right. How about that? Plus Jay-Z signed Ray Ray at 14 years old, and gave her daddy. Absolutely. And then the most famous one of all is the king himself, Elvis Presley. He moved Priscilla Presley.
He sure did.
Graceland when she was 14 years old.
He sure 14 did.
Years old as her legal guardian. And you want me to believe that they didn't fuck until she, you know, this is the funny part about it. Theoretically, he waited till she turned 16 because in Memphis, that was legal age.
You're right, in Tennessee, yeah, at that time, 16.
At that time, 16. Yeah. But that makes it better?
No, it doesn't. No. It just makes it legal. You know what I'm saying? Just like slavery was horrible. It was bad, but it was legal. So that's how they roll with that. So
and you never ever hear anybody equating Elvis Presley to a predator. You've never, even not even one time.
Nope.
We mentioned this already. Jerry Lee Lewis
married
his
his third
13-year-old
cousin. Yep. We that's known fact. We know that.
Vivica Fox, even to this day, she only dates young men.
But again, that's the double standard.
And
Women
it's
can
legal.
do that. It's all right.
That's not question the legality of it, but it is a double standard. Sis, go ahead.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you now.
I don't see nothing wrong with it. You know, I don't even see nothing wrong with a older man dating a younger woman, as long as she's not underage. Once you're grown, I see nothing wrong with it at all.
I'm so glad to hear you said it. And again, we pick and choose. Do you know recently in the story, Leonardo DiCaprio, he dumps his girlfriends when they turn, if he doesn't date them past 23.
I saw something about Leonardo DiCaprio and him
I
liking
posted
young
it on
women.
my page.
That may have been where I saw that. I think I did see that.
I posted it on my page because I said, here's the double standard. Leonardo, you don't get more famous than Leo. Let's be clear. He is an A-list actor. So we're not talking about some C-list. This is Leo. And I love Leo. I love me some Leo DiCaprio. But when they hit 23, bye-bye. He don't fuck with them when they get past 23. And in case you're wondering, Leo's damn near 50.
Yeah, he's late 40s for sure. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But that's what he like.
Right.
But again, it's amazing how, again, you pick and choose when you want to apply these rules. And I'm with you, sis. I don't even have a problem with dating younger, even as a man, long as it's not illegal. Now, having said that, you made the best point of this whole topic, Kenny. Just because something is legal don't mean you should do it.
Right.
I'm 55.
Right.
Yes, I could technically date an 18-year-old.
Right, but
legal, it would be nothing. But should I do it? No.
Right.
No. Yeah. Let's just keep it honest, because at that point now you have to be honest in yourself. We have nothing. We would have nothing. This bullshit about she has an old soul and she's been here before. Stop it. Just be honest. If you say you want to fuck somebody young, just say that.
Just say that. Yeah.
But don't do the whole she's mature for her age. I'm 55 years old.
Right.
A 25-year-old, I have nothing in common.
Nothing in common. Right.
And that's the God's honest truth.
That's right. That's facts.
I do it, but to date, no. No. Just because something is legal don't mean you should do it.
Exactly.
So I love that point, Brother Kenny, and I want to drive that home. So we even talked about age. There was a line in the Malcolm X movie where the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yep.
A woman should be half a man's age
plus seven.
I've always loved that because it actually works.
And it actually is the truth.
It actually is the truth.
I actually have done it. And you know what's funny? I can sit here and honestly say I've always dated a woman younger than me. At least 5 to 7 years younger.
I've dated
always been.
But even right now, let's say if at the age range I'm looking at 55, half of 55 is 27.
Right.
Plus 7 what gives you 34. That's about right. I would be looking at about a 35 and up.
Right.
And that still would be a young woman. So I still like women. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But the numbers actually work. The reality is anybody at this stage for me under about 35, it would be tough for me to really communicate with them because in all likelihood, we probably don't like the same music, have the same traditional values. We're not on the same speed when it comes to so many different things. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying a 30-something don't know who the OJs is, but that's likely still a woman that still want to go out and do some shit where we're just on different places in our life.
Yep, that's facts, and that's honestly. And again, you go back to what you were just saying, brother Black, about old soul and stuff. Stop it with that.
Stop.
No, you might be mature, but you ain't got no old soul.
No,
You,
no,
that's it.
no.
Stop. Yeah.
And I don't give a shit how many blue pills I take. It ain't gonna make me 20 years old. It just ain't.
Right.
Just because you can do something don't mean
Don't mean you need to do it. I know that's right.
You know what I'm saying? So, all right, let's go on to another story that I think is a good one. I had it pulled up. I hope I can find it. Okay, yeah. This one is interesting as well. We going right back to Riri. I saw this story just a second ago, and I said, well, this brings up something that I wanted to kind of ask the family. Riri's right back in here, and this is this is truly an opinionated thing. Riri on styling her son in floral prints and hot pink. The colors didn't catch me as the statement. I think fluidity in fashion is best. And so apparently, when they showed us her first mini me, she has a son in a wardrobe and she styled them or whatever. Now, here's the comment she made. I like to dress him in things that don't look like baby clothes. I like to push it. I put him in floral stuff. I put him in hot pink. I love that. Rihanna told British Vogue, I think that fluidity in fashion is best. I always shop in the men's department, So there's the little type. He's a little cutie.
Little handsome young fella.
Yeah, he's a little cutie. And then clearly they had a problem with her saying that her baby was fine, whatever. And then we already talked about this picture, which I think deals with the emasculation of men, but okay. He says, when you come up with something in your head, half the time it is not available because kids' clothes they're so boring. I'm like, this is what y'all been doing to these people's kids all along. Another comment, she says, I feel like the kids need it. Let's get these kids cool. These kids deserve to be cool. So I'm using her own words, not in any way taking. I'm going on what she is saying. Do you guys have a problem with what she said and the idea in general of that kids should fluidity, hot pinks, floral colors? And in this case, we're talking about for a boy. I'm curious to see what y'all think about that.
Well, I mean, she can dress her baby how she want, obviously, but you shouldn't be dressing no boy in no pink and no flowers and all that kind of type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Boys should be looking like boys. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of gay things out here on TV that they shouldn't be showing kids anyway. You understand? And I don't knock gays because as you know, I got a whole lot of gay friends. That's not it. You understand? But boys, babies, and boys, period, should be looking like boys. Like you remember I always used to tell you, I used to have a problem with my daughter. I didn't dress her in jean suits for Easter. They used to laugh at me because I always had her looking like a girly girl with lace, and they say, "Oh, we know Sherry daughter gonna have on lace stockings and a dress." And yes, because she should be looking like a girl. That's my opinion on it.
All right. What do you think, Brother Kenny? And I'm really interested to hear this. You have daughters.
I have one daughter and two sons.
Oh, well, that's I thought you had two daughters, so I got it backwards. So you have a daughter. So I'm really interested to hear what you think. You and I are the same age bracket. What do you think about this concept of fluidity in dressing, especially boys? And then, do you have a problem with Rihanna's comments?
First of all, I don't. At the end of the day, that's her child, and they can dress him how they want to. I have a problem with the word fluidity, and you're using this for a toddler. That baby don't know what the hell fluid is. All he know is he want to drink milk and piss and take a dump. So you want to dress him as fluidity. I got a problem with that because I think you should be dressing him as a little boy. Far as in florals and prints, no, I don't think you should be doing that. Now, pink, It depends, because I wear pink, but I'm a man. I think at a toddler age, I don't think you should be dressing little boys in pink. So yeah, I really have a problem with this fluidity thing, because highly weird, as I call it, they always want to feel like they want to push the envelope and be the next. We introducing something new, but some of this stuff they be introducing them with these kids when it comes to fashion, it's not a good look at all. Not a good look.
I don't know how we are so connected in so many different ways. This is my brother right here, so many, because we think alike. And then, of course, we do take that detour when I start.
Right. We already know. Yeah.
I know that. But I love everything you said. And at the heart of this is the word fluidity. And I love how your reason behind it. Clearly, I don't have a problem with her saying that. And she's literally built her empire on fashion.
Right.
I made this argument on one of my episodes with Sister Hannah that Rihanna, to me, is not even a musician anymore. That's to me.
That's not, you're right. She's not. I don't look at her like that.
And that's not saying I'm erasing her catalog.
Right.
But I'm saying when you haven't released music, okay, and so people gonna say, well, she had the song in Wakanda. I personally feel like that was a gimme leading up to the Super Bowl to give her something to talk about. But she hadn't released any music of any serious intent in over 7 years now. And she's built her fortune on fashion. The point I'm making is that she's a billionaire not because of her music. She's a billionaire because of her fashion line. So I get where for her brain is thinking fashion. I'm with you, Kenny, the intent. Because for me, the moment you said fluidity and applied it to a toddler, now you're imposing grown folks' concepts onto children. And this is at the core of the problem I have with Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union.
Did you see what's happened with that?
And this is we might even get to that story. But this is at the core of why I have a problem with this. You absolutely have the right to address your child the way you want to. For Dwayne and Gabrielle, you have the right to raise your children the way you want to. My problem comes when you, though, are imposing adult concepts onto children that are not ready for it.
Right.
So when I hear the word fluidity, I love what you said, Brother Kenny. The baby is not talking, folks. Right. It has no concept of what that even means. You are superimposing your thoughts of what's fluid and this and that onto this child. It's not the color. I have like you said, I love pink.
I do too.
That black man, I rock the shit out of pink.
And I look good in pink, ladies, by the way.
I rock the shit out of pink.
Yeah,
and
I love
I'm talking about
pink.
a nice soft pink. Right now, looking for a soft pink blazer for the summer, right as we speak. But having said that, that's coming from a man who is fully confident in his sexuality, knowing what that means when I put that jacket on, that all the attention that comes from that, and prepared for it. But to put a child in that position, I think it's wrong. Because now you're interjecting adult concepts, especially in this mixed up, like you said, Hollywood world, when it doesn't have to be. And I think at the heart, that's the problem I got with the Wades, is that you're letting the tail lead the dog. You're the parent.
Right.
There is nothing wrong with saying, okay, son, if that's how you feel, I'm going to respect that, because you're going through a time right now where you're discovering your sexuality. So you know what? I'm going to make it as comfortable as I can, but until you become an adult where you fully and truly know what all of this would mean, because you can't have it both ways. And this goes for Rihanna. You can't put your child out there on these social media platforms and want people to rave about him in a dress. But then when a negative comment comes, now you upset because
you're feeling some type of way. Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
you're putting it out there.
Right.
Why not wait
Yep.
Why not wait? And so that's the problem I had with the term, the fluidity, not the color, not the floral print, none of that. And in fact, had you not said that, who would have given a damn?
I wouldn't have if she wouldn't have used the word
If
fluidity.
you would have said that, nobody actually would have gave a shit.
I wouldn't have cared.
As you design clothing for a living. If you saw her baby, who's not even a year old, in a onesie that was floral, you would not think. Had she not said that, who would have given a shit?
Wouldn't have thought twice about it. Yep.
But when you start adding the other things, now you already got us putting grown folks concept. Is he going to be gay? Is he going to? And it's not necessary. It's so not necessary.
Yeah.
I agree.
So that's my thing. But Sorry said, all right, now I bet you do nothing wrong with pink on it. I look fly as a mother. And
I know that's right.
Pink clothing in my wardrobe, but I've gotten fatter now and I can't get in my pink shirt. So I'm right now looking for some fly shit so that when July comes,
I know that's right.
My white pants with my white loafers and a nice pink silk shirt or a pink jacket.
You gonna be able to get in that shirt, brother. You just gotta work on it. I'm claiming it. You gonna be able to get in that shirt.
And that's I ain't throwing it away either, Kenny.
And don't throw it away because you gonna get in it.
I love colors. I got my pastel shit in the closet, right? Sherry, no. I got my pinks and my yellows and my pastel greens. Color, I'm all about color.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a problem with the cover. And I rock the shit out of a floral shirt too.
I would too. I had to see what it looked. I mean, but I would do that too. I would too.
I ain't fucked up about that.
And I just don't think that you should. Okay, because if you think about it, I mean, I know things is more modernized and things change. But think about back when you had a baby shower. You would bring pink stuff for girls and blue stuff for boys. And if you didn't want to go with either one of them colors, you would get yellow.
Right.
You understand? But like y'all said, a kid to be putting them in that, it's just not necessary to me.
But that's what I'm saying, though. I get where somebody, Sherry, would say, okay, we want to go against the traditional. If you look at what her comment said, now that she's a parent, she's basically saying, wow, y'all been doing your kid. I want kids to look cool. I don't have a problem with that. So as a parent, you have the right to say, well, maybe she don't want for a boy blue
or go the traditional route. And I'm cool with that too.
And but again, she could have even chose floral. It's once you start giving the reason behind you doing it is because you want to impose fluidity into the concept of how you dress that's the problem.
Yeah.
But the colors, I'm not objecting to the colors and the pattern.
Not at all. Right.
Look, it wouldn't do for me to be rich. I would have clothes and rocking some shit you ain't never seen. I don't have a problem with the colors. And my kids would too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But again, they're just kids.
Yep.
And so if you put clothes on them, that's the problem I got with the ways. That why have to go to the extent of dressing a boy in dresses? Because all the unnecessary attention you draw towards them, it ain't gonna all be positive.
It ain't gonna be. Yeah, you're gonna get some negatives.
And as parents, you have the responsibility, in my opinion, to train them in such a way that you ain't gonna tell your children that's all rosy. You brought your daughter in the mix, Sherry, and so you talk about how you dressed her. And so you know what's beautiful about watching my niece grow up? She's a New York girly girl.
Oh, okay. Because you was talking about the New York
women. I don't
women.
like New York women.
Yeah.
My niece is one of the girly girl ones.
Yeah.
That's not to say she don't own boots or whatnot, but I watched her when I go visit her, even in the winter. What she doesn't, what you would never catch her doing, even with her boots and her big coat, she's girly with it. Her boots are going to be pink. Sherry, am I lying?
No,
her boots are going to be pink. She's not going to put on a hat backwards. She's not going to have her hair balled up like a guy. She doesn't leave that freaking apartment until she got her, I call her superstar, because even though she's a New Yorker, she's girly girl because that's the principles that Sherry instilled in her.
Mm-hmm.
Now that New York mouth is a whole nother thing.
Well, she must have got that from her mama too.
You got it from her mama. You got it from her mama. Right. Now that New York mouth and attitude, that's just there, you know. But she's girly girl with it, and that's my favorite niece. But
I know that's
oh
right.
my God, I will put my hands around her skinny little neck for that mouth and attitude. All right, let's get into another one, y'all. This one, at the very beginning, you talked about how an artist could stream more, Brother Kenny, because we live in different times. Keep that in mind as we go to this next story. Keep that in mind that artists 20, 30 years ago, what it meant to be popular and sell, be the best-selling artist versus now.
Now, it's totally different.
Because I think this will hit home when y'all look at this next story. And I found this one really interesting. Stephanie Mills, I don't know if you guys seen this. She said a comment and then she went on the show and doubled down on it. This is another argument.
Yeah, she was on Vlad. Okay.
Right. This is another argument me and Hannah had because she clearly hates Diana Ross.
Right.
But 1980 singer Stephanie Mills doubles down, says Diana Ross is more glamorous than Beyonce. And basically, in the interview, she went more than just talked about the glamour. What she talked about was that she actually considers Beyonce's last few albums to be more rap than real music, basically. She said that they're too hip-hop to be more glamorous than Diana Ross. And she pointed to this last album in particular, but of course the Beehive called her a hater and all this kind of good stuff that she was talking about. But if you watch this interview, she didn't hold back. She said what she said. She meant what she said. And I just kind of want to say something. She said this, talking about this last album, the one in fact that won the Grammys and made Beyonce the most rewarded artist in the history of the Grammys. So I'm gonna come to your point in a second, Kenny. But Stephanie Mills said, with this album and the last couple of years of Beyonce, I feel like she's been like a rapper, like hip hop. Diana Ross is glamorous. And first, let me preface this by saying this: I am a Diana Ross fan. Have always wanted to be Diana. I would go to her shows when she played Caesar Palace. It was always wonderful and fabulous. So to me, you can't compare nobody to Diana, not Beyonce. I don't care if they don't like what I said. I'll say I said it. I'm not going to apologize for it. Right. That's right. Diana is the epitome of glamour and grace. And I didn't say that Beyonce wasn't. So y'all don't like it. I'm sorry. I'm not apologizing. She went on to say that she wasn't. Did she say hip hop was beneath it? No, I did not. Go back, look at what the interview and pay attention to what was actually said and not what you think I said. That there's a difference. So I want to ask you guys, does she have a point?
Well, she have a point because as y'all just said, times were different. You understand? It's what people, look for in songs and singing today. It's just different. You understand? So maybe in Diana Ross' time, you understand, she would think that way, but I don't feel that she should say that about Beyonce, because at the end of the day, she won that award for her album she put out.
Not question her awards. You're missing the whole point. That's why she's saying go back and listen to what she said. She didn't say nothing about her award.
No, I know.
But you're bringing it up. You saying she should have won an award. I'm asking, do you agree? So you don't agree that Diana Ross is more glamorous? Let's start there.
Not really. No.
Okay.
I'm a Beyonce fan. I like Beyonce.
Gotcha. That's what I want to know. Kenny, where do you stand on this?
And here is the interesting thing about debates about who we like and being objective. And Sherry and the Miss Stephanie Mills, who I would consider one of the legends. She missed me with everything she said because she made it known that she's a Diana Ross fan. And when she said that, you're biased. So you're not going to give a really objective opinion about Beyonce because now you let me know you're a fan. And the reason why I say that because I'm a sports guy. If you watch most people, I'm a Michael Jordan fan.
Me too.
Everybody know it. But if you watch me and you hear me when I talk sports, you wouldn't probably know it because you know why? Because I try to be objective. Even though Mike is my guy, I'm objective enough to know that there's other great players out there too. That's where Miss Mills missed me because when she said I am the biggest Diana Ross fan, well, anything you're gonna come out, you ain't gonna say nothing positive about Beyonce because you already let it be known that you're a Diana Ross fan. I'm not saying you have to like Beyonce. I'm just saying just be objective in your opinion of both. Now, to answer the question about is Diana Ross more glamorous, I would say they are two different. Those women are so different, but it's hard to compare them. But I would say Diana is a little more glamorous. But I would say that Beyonce is a better entertainer. That's the only difference I see. Is Diana Ross more glamorous? I would say yes. But I would say Beyonce is the better entertainer, in my opinion.
Woo, you gave me a lot. So let me go in here. Number one, let me state for the record, I clearly am a Diana Ross fan. Now, also, I am a very big Beyonce fan. I love them both.
I love them both too. Let me say that too.
Love them both.
I love
now,
them
I'm
both
on
too.
the record of saying that I do not like Beyonce's work in the last 5 years.
I'll agree with you on that. I don't either.
Me too.
I don't either.
And I always jokingly say that's kind of like when people talk about Big Luther versus Little Luther. I use that as a context because people can relate to that.
Right.
That old original Luther Vandross stuff when he was big and heavy, you can't fuck with that. Right. Then when he slimmed down, it's not that the music wasn't good. It wasn't as good.
Yeah, I agree.
And most people probably would, most true fans would probably agree with that. So I'm going to use that same standard with Beyonce. Destiny's Child, and when she first went on her own, baddest bitch in the business. No doubt about it. To your point, Brother Kenny, one of the baddest entertainers that ever lived. Ever lived. So I'm giving her flowers here now. So I want to be clear. But I agree with what Stephanie said in this sense. If you asking me what the epitome of glamour is, it is Diana Ross. Every female group has been modeled after Diana Ross and the Supremes.
And the Supremes. I agree. You're right, but I do agree with you.
I'm sorry. We can't. And that was the point I was making. We can't take the movie Dreamgirls, of which Beyonce's in,
was based on
anybody in their right mind know they were talking about the Supremes.
Right.
That's what they were talking about. That doesn't mean that Diana's prettier than Beyonce. She damn sure it doesn't perform as good as Beyonce, but she's the standard. She is the standard. And I'll tell you what, even now, this woman in her late 70s, when you see Diana Ross in public, it's glamour.
Yeah, she glamour.
Yeah, when she shows up, it's pure glamour. It's built, but you got to remember, that was built into them from the days of Motown.
That was A&R. That's when you had A&R.
Right. And so I'm going somewhere with this.
Yeah.
So I agree with what Stephanie said. And so I would like to believe that even though I am biased, I can still agree with the comment because I think it's true. And I'm glad you brought up LeBron and Jordan, because I too am a Michael Jordan purist. I'm sorry. I like what Stephen Smith said.
And I'm unapologetic about it.
I'm unapologetic about it. And there is nothing LeBron could ever do for me to surpass Michael Jordan.
It ain't happening. He ain't even passed Kobe for me.
And that's what I feel too. So having said that, I will say the greatest all-around ball player ever to play the game of basketball is LeBron James, in my opinion. He can do it all. He can do it all. And his accomplishments, he belongs on that Mount Rushmore. But I'm with you, Kenny. He hadn't passed as the greatest NBA. He hadn't passed Kobe for me. So yes, I'm biased, but I also will acknowledge talent when I see it.
Yeah, me too.
I have no problem acknowledging talent, and I am a huge Beyonce fan, Sherry. But what she said in this particular instance, go back. I dare people to be honest. See, this is where their bias also kicks in too, Kenny, because they love Beyonce so much that they're not sometimes willing to be honest.
To be honest, you're right.
That just won the Grammy. I dare you to be honest and tell me that that's a great album.
Great album.
It's not.
You're right.
It's not.
You're right about that too.
It is more hip hop-ish than anything. This to me was an album that was made during the pandemic, but being smart and being married to Jay-Z, you know what she did? She said, fuck it. I'm going to release this. And she knows she has a built-in core fan base that's going to buy it no matter
what. Right.
And guess what? To show you I'm not just picking on her, Chris Brown's last album, the double album, it was pure garbage. But to Kenny's point, it still hit number one. Do you know why? Because the way music and is measured today with streams and buys and this and that, it is a different game than when Michael Jackson had to sell an album. Diana Ross had to sell an album. So this is why, for me, they sit on Mount Olympus, because if you're Diana Ross and you was a best-selling artist, this was in a time when somebody had to physically go into a record store and buy it.
Yeah.
There was no online. It didn't get delivered to your house. There was no way to download it. And they had to go out and literally work to sell and promote that album. So to me, those people who paved the way is just like the argument. I'm going back to sports. I know we can talk to JJ Redick and what he said about.
Oh, yeah. You know, I get well.
It's absurd. It's absurd.
We ain't gonna go there.
Have your show on this. Please have me on your show. But it's absurd to not honor
those that came before you
have done,
right?
To pave the way, because there would be no Beyonce if it wasn't for Diana Ross. And all Stephanie Mills is saying, that's the standard that she measures artists by. And this is why I even talk about Mariah Carey. I don't care whether you like Mariah. Mariah Carey outsold Elvis Presley and the Beatles. She's a bona fide motherfucking legend.
Yeah, she's a legend. You're right.
Bona fide.
She ain't one of my favorites, but I gotta give her props. But
me neither. And that's why I said what I said, whether you like her or not. But I'm just saying, but this was at a time when they went in the studio and made an album. You know what, back then, and I want people to be honest, when you bought a CD back then or an album, and it had Sherry and Kenny 13 tracks, 8 of them was going to be good.
Right. I agree.
Well, I feel that Stephanie Mills would say that about Diana Ross, because basically, just like the movie The Wiz, to me, Stephanie Mills sound better than Diana Ross singing the song.
I agree. You're right, Sherry. Yeah, I do.
They put Diana in there, Diana in there because she was more glamorous and a better look or whatever.
That's true. You're right.
So think about what you're saying.
You're right.
This woman who robbed her of, and then in case people don't know the full story behind that, Stephanie Mills made The Wizard of Oz, The Wiz, famous.
She did. Yep.
There was an off-Broadway play that she literally made so popular. I went to see the play. I went to see her in the play. She literally made the play so popular that Hollywood decided, oh shit, there's an audience for this. Let's make a movie. But here was the thing. They promised Stephanie Mills the role, and was pretty much promised the role. But when Michael Jackson expressed interest in playing the Scarecrow, he would not do the movie without Diana Ross. So it became a no-brainer at that point of, we can get Michael Jackson simply by pushing Stephanie out, even though she's a better singer, even though she made the role her own. But we're gonna get anybody who watches the movie today knows that Diana Ross playing Dorothy is preposterous. You had a damn near 40-year-old woman playing a teenage girl. But that movie got Michael Jackson. Oh, and in case people was wondering, the movie was a flop. The movie was not considered a success. Now, here we are all these years later, and it's a cult favorite, and it became popular long after it was released. And the fact that Stephanie Mills, who lost this role to Diana Ross and have the more reason to hate her than anybody else, the fact that she is still saying Diana Ross is the epitome of glamour, this is what I love about it, because she is putting her bias aside.
Yeah.
She has reason to hate Diana Ross, but she's still saying that is the standard by which I measure glamour. So she's not shitting on Beyonce. She's just simply saying that this is the person that's glamorous. And then she's being honest to me by saying this album that Beyonce made, it's just not real music. And Miss Toria seems to agree with me. She says, not music. Miss Toria also says they knew how to make a song mean something. Songs are timeless. Now we have no songs really with meaning. Diana Ross was glamorous without getting naked. These girls out here now are selling sex. Miss Toria, you are killing it with your comments. And you even says exactly. And left Stephanie out, but that's okay. Home made her millions, and still that's her money song to this day.
Yeah, yeah.
The young kids did not even know about the Wiz. They just had this conversation with some young people. To this day, Stephanie Mills closes her show with Home.
Yeah,
It's
that's a money song
with her than it ever would be with Diana Ross. In fact, when I go in now on YouTube and watch all of the songs from that movie, the song that I associate Diana Ross with is not Home. That's not the one that gets me. I love the one where she sings to the lion.
Man, I hadn't watched that in years. I need to watch that. Yeah.
Do you know I watched the Wiz? I watched a little bit of the Wiz at least once a month. Yeah, I literally go in and I get inspired from it's some good shit.
It's some good stuff.
Me and our brother, we have that debate all the time because we be on there about the Jennifer Hudson and the real person that sings it.
Right.
Jennifer Hudson sing it better. He don't. And then Beyonce and Cadillac. I think Beyonce does it better than the real person. He don't.
And Etta Jones, yeah.
And Etta Jones, yeah. Etta James. Well, you know, Etta James was she was a little salty about that when Beyonce sung it at Obama's I think his inauguration show. She was feeling some type of way. Peace be upon Etta James, though. But she did it. I mean, she the original. So I'm
that's all I'm
saying.
Yeah. And so that's as we end. That's all I'm saying. I'm one of those that I believe in showing a proper amount of respect and honor to the pioneers, whether it's music or sports or whatever.
I agree.
Because too many times the newer artists get elevated to this standard that sometimes they haven't yet earned. And that's not to say they're not talented.
That's right.
Sometimes people, they hear that and they immediately want to.
And then they think we hating. Oh, you older generation, y'all hate.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It really isn't like that. So,
but there's some people that they never got to shine that way. That do yourself a favor and go back and then be honest.
Right.
Go into it with a clear mind. Right. I love Beyonce. I love me some Beyonce, and I give her credit. She's one of the best performers you would ever see, and she takes that. She got that from Michael Jackson. She told this is out of her own mouth. She grew up watching Michael Jackson and mimicked his style of performing and made it her own. So she gonna give you one kind of show,
right? And I'm gonna you're right. And I'm gonna tell you one. I mean, people don't really talk about how influential Janet Jackson was. I think sometimes she gets left out of the conversation. She gets overlooked when you talk about female
era and all these women. They don't realize till you say that Janet broke the mold for female artists.
She did. for single,
until
for
she came
solo
along.
female artists.
Well,
She did.
she literally broke the mold. She tore the glass ceiling down because up until that point, you could not bank a solo female artist at the level of Janet. Now, we're not saying Janet was a great singer, but
Right. That's not what we're saying.
away
Right.
from what she did, and they do owe her homage. That Janet is that bitch.
She was that woman, man.
No.
Yeah, she was.
She
Still is. I don't want to say was, because she's still selling out.
Still bad. And still bad.
Yeah.
In fact, she is, I said this about the versus battle. The only person in my opinion that could do a versus against Beyonce is Janet Jackson.
I agree.
Her catalog.
I agree.
And her fan base.
That versus would be dope. That would be a dope one.
Right,
that would be crazy. That would be crazy.
Because Janet Jackson is immortal. She's immortal.
She's a royalty. She's from royalty. She comes from royalty. So at the end of the day,
it really is. It really is. Anyway, we didn't get to too many stories today, but it's always fun. I enjoy again. Where Tasha hates talking about celebrity gossip, I actually enjoy it because for me, it does open up some doors to talk about some other things, and I told you guys I'm the Black Archie Bunker because I can talk about
I know you are.
Get down. Right. Tori says, before you end, Mr. Black, can you tell the audience we have a new show called, I will announce that now, on TFG, there is a new kid in town. It's called Late Night on Lamb Liberty. It's on YouTube on Thursday nights. It is Late Night Talk with a fantastic crew. Make sure you tune in.
Buckle your seatbelts. Buckle your seatbelts.
And that's why it's called Late Night, because they taking a page out of my own heart where they talking grown folks shit. They talking grown folks shit.
Right.
So if you don't know, there's a new kid in town. The new shows on Thursday nights, Late Night with Lamb Liberty on YouTube channel under the TFG platform of shows. Mr. Kenny is the sports guy. Continue to support him. Do his thing. Like I said, Kenny, man, bring me on when you want to talk sports that intersect with culture.
I want us, you and I, we'll work it out. I really do want us to do what I want to call just a hot mic show where we're just doing open debates on the hottest topics in sports.
My brother.
And this is really about culture. So I do want you and I to do that. Well, it ain't gonna be me and you just gonna get up here and we're gonna talk our ish and we're gonna debate the what's going on, the hot topics in sports and just culture and sports. Because our culture and sports.
You're talking about shit now.
Okay, so we're gonna figure that out. We'll figure out whatever day works for you, where we can go live and we do a 30-minute show or however long we go. You and I, we're gonna talk our ish.
My brother, let's make that happen. Let's make that happen.
We got to make it happen. We're gonna make it happen.
For sure. Last comment I'll put, Lamb. This would come from your little Generation Y ass
Tony Braxton, and I love Tony Braxton, but she
love you, Lamb, but Tony Braxton don't do it, brother.
She ain't on Janet and Beyonce level. Yeah,
no, I get what you said about the looks, Lamb.
Yeah.
And her dad, Tony Braxton was better than the movie.
Yeah, she's still bad too.
Yeah, I still wouldn't kick out of bed.
She's still bad. Yeah.
Tori said, yes, Kenji, we need a show.
me and Black gonna try to. We're gonna figure out a good day to do that, and we're gonna make it happen. Yeah.
Lamb, I get you on the looks, my brother, but Tony ain't on. This is what we need to be debating on your show. This is when you need Kenny. You should call it Kenny and Friends or some shit.
And it's gonna be hot mic, because the mic is hot, and hot mic topics.
I'm there.
Yeah, with Ken and Friends. So yeah, we're gonna figure it out.
I'm there on that one.
Okay.
Anyway, you know what? Let me tell you what I love about coming here. Saturdays is such an odd day for folks. I know you could be doing anything else. I love that you show up every time, my brother Kenny, to support my little show. Man, you never fail. I love it. I love it.
Oh man, I gotta support anything that you know that especially black owned.
Victoria,
We
definitely need
don't
an
support
introduction.
enough. We
Put
need
the
to
word out
support each
there.
other.
Yeah.
So you know I'm here, bro. And
But-
it ain't I ain't got no social life anyway. So I might as well. I'm gonna be here with my
well,
brother and my
that's
sister
my game.
Sherry.
Well, that's my game. That's my game right there. Because you know what? When I showed up, again, I was a little, my energy level was a little low. I told you guys what I'm dealing with. But you know what? The moment I saw your face, I knew it was going to be okay. I know it's going to have a good show. Then Sherry, my sis, popped up, so I knew it was going to be fun. You give me 2 guests, and I'm going to make it do what it do.
I'm with you. And you guys, I look forward to seeing you on Wednesdays and Saturdays. You guys, be honest with you, I look forward to this. I won't do anything until I'm done with it. I was like, because to me, I love doing this. I love us
Man, I appreciate
conversing
that.
and us talking. I just love it, and I look forward to it. So no, it's all good on this
Doing it a
end,
while,
brother.
man. It's medicine to my soul.
Me too.
Brother Lamb, if you listen, you know we talked about some kind of podcast thing. So we're gonna hopefully still make some things happen out here for sure. Because again, this comes natural to me. So I love it. I love doing it as well because I'm a natural born shit talker. I got my BS and BS. So
you got your BS and BS.
So I want take this with you. I hope we made you think, made you laugh. And then you know what? I get a lot of my viewers who go back and watch these episodes long after they recorded. My nephew, he uses this to get him to work. I've got friends who watch this after the fact. So you know what?
That's good. That's what's up.
And make you think, open your mind. And so again, I believe it or not, I do have some surprises coming. This has been a tough start to the year for me, getting some things off the ground. But I haven't. Next weekend, just so you know what things are coming forward. Next weekend, my niece and her friend will be visiting. Her friend is the one who's creating the intro content for my show. I hope that we can get that done. And I haven't pushed it. There's some other things going on there. I do have a new young guest that's going to become a semi-regular guest.
That's good.
New viewer that is late 20s. Sherry, is he late 20s?
Mm-hmm.
Late 20s.
That's good. Well, we need a millennial. We need a millennial that's going to be on.
And I have another new member that I'm going to be adding as a regular as well. That's in our age group. That's going to be a woman. So we're going to be increasing the family. I just have had something. Look, this shit above me has been more than you guys know. But Miss Tori, you said Tasha. Tasha did not have a date. Tasha has had a brutal day grooming her dogs and doing some other things and taking care of them. And I told her to take the day off because she doesn't like talking celebrity gossip anyway. So she'll probably go back and watch this.
Miss Tori, her dogs is actually her
those are her
dudes.
babies. She loves dogs.
No. That's a cold word. Black is giving you, Miss Tori. Actually, Tasha's grooming those dudes that she pimping. She pimping out there in Memphis.
Now she is a pimp. She is a pimp. Well, thank you, Miss Tori. I do think this was another great show. And so we appreciate you. You're the super fan. You are.
She is. I love you. I love you to death, Miss Tori.
No doubt
Thank you
about
for
it.
watching.
We love you, Miss Tori. I thank you. I love you. Appreciate your support. My brother Antoine, appreciate you popping in. And of course, anytime Lamb graces the show, you're doing something right. You're doing something right.
Yeah, so, right. Exactly.
Appreciate you, brother Lamb. And next time you come back to Atlanta, we need to jump on camera together too, brother, and do some things. So got some things coming. Hopefully, if I get this bit out of my head and out of my hair in the next few days, I can get some sanity around this motherfucking place. And because I've got some really good ideas, but I won't even get good sleep. Y'all, Sherry knows because Sherry talked to me every night.
Yeah, right.
I don't even know, but I'm getting whole. I'm getting healthy. Fought off the flu. Things are going good. So I'm getting there. And so we're going to get back to doing some good things. Movie reviews. We're going to be doing some things. All male panel. All this is still coming. I haven't given it up. It's coming, folks. So I appreciate your support for staying with me. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your weekend. Life is too short. Laugh, smile more, and always keep it real. Peace. I love you.